Hello and welcome to episode 125 of VocTerGaming. I am your host, the vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain, and we're here with game 2 of our sick Protoss vs Protoss, featuring these two players. First up, in the blue, one of my favourite Protoss players of all time. His name is Grubby! And today he faces, once again, the man he is 1-0 down to. He is our red Protoss. His name is WhiteRa! So, this game has even more of a special meaning to me now, because guess what I did last night? I switched to Protoss. That's right, I have renounced my evil Terran ways, and I am now a fully fledged Protoss player. It is awesome. It's so much fun playing Protoss. Like, I completely suck. All my hotkeys are different. It's amazing. I love it. It's going to upset one of the guys from the Starcraft, the random anti-Protoss, anti-Zerg Terran lover. I hope he's watching this, because I did give him a card, so hopefully he's seeing everything that's going on. Hopefully, in fact, all of you at the Starcraft that I spoke to should now be watching these videos, because A, I'm awesome, and B, that Starcraft was awesome. So when you combine two awesome things, they should become doubly awesome. That's how it works. Or do they square? Is it awesome squared? I'm going to assume it's awesome squared, in fact. So I have other good news. The good news is I've now ordered a widescreen monitor, so in a few days, hopefully by the beginning of next week, I will have a widescreen monitor instead of doing widescreen resolution on a non-widescreen monitor. So I will actually be able to see things as clearly as you guys can, and it should hopefully help to up the quality just a little bit. Now, interesting, WhiteRa is taking the slight tech lead, building that cybercore earlier, and now dropping the second assimilator. Grubby, meanwhile, is still only on one assimilator, which we should see if he adds a second. Obviously, right now we know he's not 4-gating. Do you know how we know this? I learned this last night. Because he's not saving up energy on the Nexus. You use one warp, one chrono boost from the Nexus, and then use all the rest of the warp gate. I am learning tactics here. And there we see him dropping the second assimilator. That is a decent time. What Grubby did is instead, essentially, was get that Zealot out as fast as possible. So he is ahead in supply. He's been making a few extra workers. No, same workers. He's got 2 Zealots. There we go. I know this stuff now. I am a Protoss player. WhiteRa is scouting everything. So, does it happen? Adds a second gate. WhiteRa knows, I believe. Yep, he knows that assimilator's there. He knows there's a gate over there. Blah, blah, blah. WhiteRa knows everything that's going on. The question is now, what does WhiteRa do? He's having a quick scout around for any proxy pylons. This is a good idea to do. Daybreak, of course, has these destructible rocks in the middle of the map, so the rush distances are slightly longer. Of course, this being Protoss vs Protoss, it doesn't matter. And what else matters, though, is a Stargate going down from Grubby. Okay, Grubby will either do Void Ray or Phoenix opening. And after watching yesterday's Code S, I've got to say, Phoenix openings, man, they are pretty strong. Phoenixes are sick. Who was it doing that? Was it Genius? I believe it might have been. I believe it was Genius. Oh, it may have been Liquid Hero, actually. No. Yes, yesterday was Liquid Hero, yes. It was Liquid Hero with some sick Phoenix play. Using them all throughout the game, getting the new upgrade for them, the range upgrade, which just lets them totally destroy muters and corruptors forever. Meanwhile, back at home, WhiteRa is getting a robo facility up. So he's going into immortal production, but they are going to be absolutely no use whatsoever against the Phoenixes that are coming out of Grubby's base. Grubby, meanwhile, adding a third gate, so it looks like it's going to be Phoenix harassed with some gateway pressure. That is not surprising, because you are spending a decent amount of gas on these Phoenixes. They're 100 at a time, so you don't really have the money to get that Storm Pit and Immortals out all at the same time. And we have Grubby morphing those to warp gates. He's got a few units out here and the one Phoenix there already, so it looks like he wants to time this to hit simultaneously, which would definitely be exciting. The second Phoenix is moving up to join them now, sending a probe out, I assume to plant a proxy pylon. Interestingly, just going to hold that zone, I'll watch half an hour and then, yep, just going to stay there. Going to harass these Phoenixes. The robo support bay, the robotics bay, is up. Right now he's getting gravitic drive, the warp prism speed. So it looked like WhiteRa was actually going to go for a warp prism rather, harass, maybe an immortal drop, maybe a zealot sentry, but instead now he has to fight these Phoenixes. Now with 3 Phoenixes out, they can do some damage. Now the thing is, WhiteRa does not have an expansion base, so it's easier to just sit and defend his main. What this allows Grubby to do, however, is to expand, knowing that WhiteRa is going to feel less and less like expanding, and he's seen the robotic base, he knows what's coming. Oh! And now trying to pick off Stalkers, not going to happen. Instead, comes very close to losing that Phoenix, down to 16 hit points, but they do survive. And here goes the Nexus from Grubby. This is really, really nice. He's still creating Phoenixes from that Stargate. He's still harassing the mineral line of WhiteRa. Every time WhiteRa moves away, Grubby is back in there, picks off 2 probes and escapes again. He's now killed 7 workers. So if we just take a look, that's 29 now to 25. And with that second Nexus going up, that's going to get even worse for WhiteRa. So WhiteRa now is moving out on the map earlier than I suspect he'd have liked. Obviously I think he wanted the warp prism upgrade to go on. Unfortunately, these Stalkers, these Phoenixes rather, now take down that warp prism, so that is totally over and done with. And now here come the ground forces of Grubby. I thought perhaps he was going to push into the main base, but he doesn't. 2 Stalkers get warped in. That's definitely not enough. They're going to get picked up, and they're separated as well. So no shots go off on those Phoenixes. That Stalker's going to die as well. WhiteRa needs to warp in even more stuff. In fact, it looks like WhiteRa now is just going to attack. So all Grubby has to do now is hold this off. Nice force field there. Holds them back until they can take down those rocks. These Phoenixes are killing more and more units. Zealot now as well in the base, killing even more probes. So that is pretty much it. WhiteRa needs to kill Grubby with this attack, or he is going to be so far behind. And there goes the force field. How much energy does this sentry have? Has enough energy for 1 more force field. So he can continue to hold this off, get even more units out. Grubby still has this Nexus up. Funnily enough, not mining, not even building any probes from it. Totally focused on this and on this harass. In fact, not even focused on this harass at the moment. So the Phoenixes are leaving. They're going home to help pick off. But it doesn't matter because WhiteRa is so far behind that he GG's out. Grubby levels the series 1-all. And we go into a Game 3 tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. I am so looking forward to it. Anyway, that is it for today. Some quick announcements. Of course, you can join us over at www.scforum.eu. You can also join the Manchester Barcraft Facebook page, which you should totally do, because that is awesome. There are tons of good guys there. Loads of practice partners if you're looking for practice partners. And of course, you can always come to the Manchester Barcraft. Again, I will be at the Kyoto Lounge in Manchester on the 8th of April, possibly the 7th as well, depending on how well my work hours coincide with that. I'd love to be there for both days, but I will definitely be there the Sunday. You should too. It's going to be awesome. IPL 4 finals. That will run. I'll be there from about 2 in the afternoon, and of course until it finishes. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.